Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pacers Daily. I am your host, Hery Acosta. Back. Let's talk about the Knicks game now. Another big loss, 136 to 110. Honestly, it doesn't matter, but they were missing Jalen Brunson, and we let some players that usually don't pop off. I'll talk about Josh Hart's performance here later, but he had 33, 7, and 5. And I know we had 26. He actually had 18 in the first half, but he was 4 for 5 from 3. Josh Hart just wasn't missing. 12 of 13 from the field, 5 of 5 from 3. And I know he was 10 and 13. Toronto Towns had a double double, 22 and 11. Jose Alvarado had a double double, 16 and 10. Clarkson had 10 off the bench. And Bridges also had 10 points. Robinson had 8 and 8. Overall, we were getting steamrolled that whole game. We were actually started out on top, and then once that first half ends, they were up 8 points, and then from there, it was just smooth sailing for the Knicks. Now on our end, we had a few decent performances. Jarris Walker 16, 5 and 5, Zubac 11 and 7. Happy birthday to Zubac, by the way. McConnell had a double double, 10 and 10. Neesmith had 14 points, Kobe Brown had 13. And off the bench, Toppin had 15, while Jackson had 7 and 5, and Shepard also had 7 and 5. But just another game, another loss. Stats to look at. We had a lot of turnovers. We had 18 turnovers in general. Five of them came from Jarris Walker, four of them from Quentin Jackson. A lot of players had two or one. We had 40 rebounds to their 52, 31 assists to their 38. They had 19 offensive rebounds, 13 steals, 62 points in the paint to our 46. They were only a little bit ahead of us on fast break points and second chance points, so that wasn't a horrible thing. We had a few more fouls. Our biggest lead was 6 compared to 27, and the big number is the fact that they shot 100 times compared to our 85. We did shoot 52%, so it's not like we shot bad by any means. They shot 54, so they shot heck of a lot better. And brings me to my next thing. We shot 7 free throws in that entire game, and we made 5. Walker was 2 of 3. Jackson was 0 of 1, 2 of 2 for Slauson, and 1 of 1 for Zubac. Also, Slauson has been playing pretty well on the defense. 3 steals and 2 blocks in this game, averaging 5.3 points, 4 rebounds, 1.8 steals, and 1.2 blocks in his 4 games so far on the Pacers. He's a sneaky good player. Pretty good pickup. I know we're just kind of trying out players and not really really choosing if they're going to be here in the future, which is understandable because I don't know if Jalen Slauson's really going to be that guy. But as of right now, playing pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. I like his effort on the defensive end. I just overall really like the way he plays. Zubac, he's kind of starting to get his groove. Still, not putting up the numbers that he can put up next year, but sometimes that happens after you get off an injury. And there's a lot of players that we have that are still dealing with injuries. Siakam's been out for a few days. Potter missed this game. Nemhard missed this game. And obviously Furphy and Halliburton aren't coming back this year. But the Knicks didn't have Brunson or McBride. So that's basically their starting point guard and their backup point guard not playing. Or I guess McBride's more of a shooting guard. But Jose Alvarado picked up the slack, played his game. So congrats to the Knicks for this game, but I do want to talk a little bit about Josh Hart here in a moment. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and underdog is the best place to get in all the action. Playing underdog is easy. Just choose where your favorite players and go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, or more. Get your picture given with a 5,000 times your cash. Now, what we're going to talk about today. Let's choose between some big guys today. We're going to go with Luka Doncic and Jason Tatum. Now, Luka Doncic, 31.5 points versus Houston. We saw what he did against Houston last time. I don't see him doing anything differently than destroying Houston. So I'm going to go higher with Luka Doncic. It's just everything he does. It is just incredible on the basketball court. Jason Tatum, 21.5 points versus the Golden State. I can see him going higher just because Golden State's still very much injured and a lot of their key guys have been out and they've lost almost every game in the last 2 weeks. But Jalen Brown just popped off for over 40 against Phoenix, while Tatum had around 20 points. But this is a game where both him and Brown can go well over 20 points, and I'm gonna go higher for Jason Tatum, and I'm gonna go higher for Luka Doncic. But as always, use promo code BasketballFan to score $75 in bonus entries. That's promo code BasketballFan. Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-878 or text HOMI 467-369.
So as I'm looking at Josh Hart, he shattered his game high by 11. Obviously, the word shattered and 11 points doesn't mean anything right now because Bam Adebayo shattered his career high by 42. But Josh Hart was just firing from all angles. He just wasn't missing. He's a good player, he's a good shooter, but he usually isn't that guy on the team because you got Brunson, you got Towns, who are both all-stars, both MVP candidates. And then you have Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, who are slated as better players than Josh Hart. But overall, Josh Hart's probably the glue. He's the glue of the starting lineup. He's the glue of the bench, whatever. He's a six man. He's just that person that can do anything on the court. I mean, he's their second best, technically third best rebounder if you count Mitchell Robinson. But for his height, he is pound for pound or height for height the best rebounder in the league. He averages almost 8 rebounds a game as a 6'4" shooting guard. But the Knicks have him playing as a power forward because he can guard anyone 5 inches taller than him. So a lot of respect to this guy. I mean, shooting 12 of 13, 33 points on 92% shooting and 100% from the three-point line. And he only missed one free throw too, so he only missed two shots all game. And he took, technically, if you call it free throw, he took 18. It was 16 of 18. So incredible game from Josh Hart. I have a lot of respect for Josh Hart. I think he's a great player. I wouldn't mind him being on my team at any point. But definitely someone to look out, especially because in the playoffs, he is him. He will grab you 15 rebounds. He will be a menace on defense. And him and Alvarado in the same lineup was looking pretty scary last night. But last but not least, let's talk about tonight's game because the Pacers are on a back-to-back. We play Portland. They're 10.5 point favorites right now against us. We still have a bunch of people that might not play in this game. Siakam, Nemhard, and Potter are all game time decisions. They don't really have anyone too crazy out. Shaden Sharp's been out for a while. Damian Lillard still has that Achilles tear. He's not going to play at all this year. And then Robert Williams, he's in and out of that lineup all the time. In the last 2 years, he's played 67 games. In the last 3 years, he's played 73. So he's usually not healthy, but they do have an absolute stud in Denny of Egypt, and they also have Drew Holiday, who's been having a good year. Same with Jeremy Grant. And Scoot Henderson had his season high against us, so just watch out for any of that. I'm excited to watch this game. It's 7:30, so pretty early game. But as always, I'm your host, Hery Acosta. This is Pacers Daily. Thank you, Underdog, for sponsoring this video. Boom, baby. And go, Surge.